Hi, I'm Dr. Adam Pletter, and welcome back to iParent 101 with a quick bite on how to use your internet provider, whether it's your cable company or a phone company, however your house gets your internet. Chances are they have their own parental control app that comes included with your internet package. So that would be my first step. Take a look, do a little bit of research and find out, do they have an app? And if so, it's a really good built-in resource for you to set controls and encourage that parent-child dialogue that I often talk about. So this is how you do it. Basically, the way these are designed, it's very similar to third-party apps from the last several years, where you create a profile. In this case, the one that I'm using here, they call it, the different people in your family. So you have the mom, the dad, the three different children, in this case, Greg, John, and Alyssa, and you can click Create New to continue to build new people or new profiles. And the way it works is that for each child or each person, you're going to assign the device that the Wi-Fi automatically acknowledges to a certain profile, and then you could set limits for that profile, which then goes to all the devices under that profile. So it's like an umbrella where under Greg, he has 4 connected devices there. You could see some of them listed: an iPad, an iPhone, some sort of Amazon thing there, probably an Echo Dot or something like that. It also gives you good information about how long the person was on, and this is true for children, adolescents, and adults. I work with lots of college students that have started to use this type of included app because it could tell them exactly how long they were on certain websites like YouTube, for example. 20 minutes on YouTube goes by very quickly, as you may know. What I want to point out specifically today is that in this case, like Greg has 4 connected devices and 2 not connected. That could be something else that he just hasn't used that day. If you were to hit pause, it would pause all of those devices, which again, depending on the time of day and what you're looking to do, that might be exactly what you want to do. And I have college students who hit pause, and therefore they're taking a break. And in order to go back and be online, they have to make the decision, the conscious choice to turn it back on. And so pausing all devices in that way can be very helpful. However, for many families, you don't want to pause all of the devices. You want to pause one of them that the child is using or maybe using at the wrong time, like during a school day and he's playing on his Xbox. So if you were to hit all devices, it's pausing all of them, and you only want to do one at a time. You can go in and pause just that one device, but that's a little bit complicated for me to show you. And so today I'm going to focus on creating a new profile just for one particular device, and I'll use the Xbox today for my example. And so if you remember where I said create new, I'm going to make a whole separate profile that I'm going to call Xbox, and then assign the one device of Xbox, the actual machine of the Xbox, to that profile. And by doing that, if I hit pause all devices, there's only one device there, so it's a very simple way where if I want to set a limit on the Xbox and say for now during school hours or whatever, without having to do a whole schedule and that gets more complicated, if I just want to have the Xbox pause during the day, you simply create a profile, call it Xbox, and then have the Xbox assigned to that profile, the one device, which will be the Xbox. You hit pause and it pauses. That device does not have internet connection until you unpause. You apply changes and it says unpause all devices here when you're ready to unpause it, which again would have your child or adolescent have to come to you and say, hey, could I get on the Xbox and play for an hour or for whatever? And you guys can have a little discussion about what they're planning to do, and then hopefully you say, sure, great. And then you take out your phone. It's all wireless, works well. It's like a little remote control in your pocket, your phone, and you hit unpause, and then the Xbox has internet access again. You could also create other profiles for other devices, an iMac, for example, where you could then have that computer just not have internet connection again until you unpause it. So to me, creating separate profiles for each individual device is a really good companion to having these larger profiles which would have multiple devices, especially when you're looking to quickly hit pause. on certain devices. This is good for young children when they're playing on their games and then and having time off their games, and obviously for older children, college students and young adults who also are looking to be able to set limits on themselves. It really is a great way to practice setting limits on yourself, on your children, and learning to self-regulate as you have to pause. And even if you feel a little bit irritated, or your children feel a little bit irritated that they have to come talk to you, that is ultimately how they're going to learn how to manage themselves and to self-regulate. For more information, please check out iParent101.com.